Welcome, everybody, to Wake Up Charlotte to Go. I was kind of just getting into the music, you know what I'm saying? Brittany joining us today.
I know, it's great to be here.
Yeah, you're in for Chris, doing traffic this morning, and you're going to do weather in the midday show today.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And of course, never get to see you.
I know.
I see this guy, you know, all the time.
We love seeing.
Blue. Whoa,
we're feeling blue today.
Yes, yes.
Hey, we're talking about music today. You got kind of a behind-the-scenes interview with one of the judges on NBC's American Song Contest. So tell us about it, Larry.
Runs every Monday night at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's down to the semifinals tonight, and the next week are the finals. Let's talk about the contest and the guy that's from right here in Charlotte, who's a major part of it. Every Monday night at 8 o'clock, Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg host the American Song Contest, trying to find the best original song in America, right here on WCNC Charlotte. And there's a local connection. We are here at 96.9 The Cat to talk to one of the judges on that show. It just happens to be Paul Schatt, good friend, award-winning DJ, 25-year veteran of 96.9 The Cat.
Right.
And you're one of the judges.
That's it? That's my intro?
That's it.
Country Radio Hall of Fame, you leave out?
But how did they choose you to be a judge on the show?
Well, from what I understand, you know, they went through each state and looked for somebody that would be worthy of representing that particular state. I think Jason Aldean's manager put my name in, and they asked him if there was somebody from North Carolina. He said, you got to go with Paul.
John Morgan, who's from Sylva, North Carolina.
Talented guy.
He's a contestant on the show, and he's written for Jason Aldean, right?
#1 song with Carrie, Underwood. Now, I'm not allowed to vote. You can't vote for your home state people. So I wasn't able to vote for him, but he's in the semifinals, and this kid is super talented, not only a writer, singer too.
50 states, 5 territories.
Right, and D.C.
And D.C. So you have 56 contestants.
Correct. They're looking for the best original song, but also presentation comes into it. A state like California and you got a state like Vermont, they both weigh the same when people vote. And the talent is unbelievable. Jewel was on the show. Michael Bolton on the show.
So you can have like well-known artists and unknowns competing against each other
and beating them.
When you vote, you can't vote for North Carolina's representative, but are you voting for all the other artists?
All the others. On Sundays, we get like a sneak peek of their exact performance.
Right.
So we watch it. There's usually 12, and then we rate them, and then you narrow it down, and then you listen again just to make sure you're right. And then you come up with your #1, your #2, your #3, and there's 55 other people doing that. Then they average them, and bingo, bango. And you would think, okay, country music's my specialty, so I'm naturally going to vote the country people to the top, which isn't the case.
So what's going to happen tonight?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, come on, come on.
Larry.
And so the winner is?
Larry.
The winner is our good friend and great guy and award-winning DJ. He's on 96.9 The Cat. Paul Schatt, thank you.
Larry, thank you.
And we'll see you tonight.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
We'll hear about you tonight.
Larry, I just love this guy.
Okay, yeah. We'll do it again.
Thanks.
Okay.
Larry's trying to get the juice from him.
I tried to bribe him. I did everything. No, obviously he can't give us the answer, but it's just worthwhile. John Morgan, who's from North Carolina, Sylva, he moved to Nashville, and he collaborated with a bunch of other country artists to write 6 songs for Jason Aldean. In addition to that was that big hit song that he did with Carrie, Underwood.
And I love that song. I had no idea that he wrote that song.
Yeah, he was a co-writer on that. So people go, well, how can he compete? Well, this takes some of the legends like Michael Bolton and Jewel, along with people who've, just started the business. And they're competing on an equal basis, and many of them are doing very well.
It's a little past my bedtime, but I may have to stay up.
8 o'clock is past your... What time do you go to bed?
Well, I guess 8 o'clock is getting the kids to bed, and then so I miss it. Brittany, do you like country music?
I do. I listen to 96.9 often.
You do? Awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah, somebody wrote in here, Jay said, Paul is the man.
He is. He's a good guy.
I think Larry and Paul are the men. They need like their own little show or something.
No, but,
I mean, any show with Larry Sprinkle is a winner. So.
Quite honestly, we did, if you go back a few years, we did talk about maybe combining up and doing a radio show together.
Well, I mean, you did radio for how many years?
I started out as a kid.
Yeah.
I was 14 years old when I got into radio.
14?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I was in a small
town.
town.
We're trailing off, but...
people always say, you were 14, you must have been good. No, I was not very good. People thought, you must have had a big voice like this.
No, I had a voice like this.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Hi, everybody. I'm Larry Sprinkle. Yeah, play music for you.
How did you get where you learned to do all these different voices that you do, though, that everybody knows? Because he can pull pranks. Like, if you're just starting at the TV station, Larry will call you. Of course, now with caller ID, it's like, Larry.
My phone prank career is ended.
But he would always prank people with these different voices. But how did you get started doing, like, I've totally derailed the topic of this show.
It's all about Larry. That's so interesting.
I think it was just, I started doing that as a kid, really. I used to call a radio station when I lived in Forest City, North Carolina, every day changing my voice just to get on the radio. They had a show called Swap and Shop.
You were meant to be a star.
I don't know about that, but anyway, it was one way to start in the business.
What's the movie that Larry was in that you said that they're remaking now?
Oh, Firestarter.
How do we get on this topic?
No, okay, so
Larry was in this movie
during the week. Of course, the first thing I do is go say hi to Larry, and I ask him things about his life. You know, I just want to get to know, you know. And so he told me one time he was in Firestarter with Drew Barrymore.
I found the clip of him in it. I posted it on Twitter a while ago.
I'll have to go back and look. And so I was literally talking to my mom about it the other day, and then all of a sudden on my TV, I see like a thing about they're going to redo it. And
why would they?
Our phones already listen to us.
Yes, and now our TVs. Melissa is saying 8 p.m. is her bedtime, too, so I'm not the only one.
You early to bed people.
Early to bed, early to wise makes a man or woman healthy, wealthy, and wise, as my grandmother always said.
That's why you're
but it hasn't really worked out, though. It hasn't really worked out. It's made me less wise with my mom brain.
Come on now.
All right, hey, let us know as we derailed this show. If you're going to watch America's Song Contest.
Tonight, 8 o'clock, WCNC Charlotte, right here.
We want to know who you're rooting for.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you back on TV at 11:30.
See you then.